Let's take a look then at how La Liga stands going into these midweek games. Now, those that are featuring are the ones that went to Saudi Arabia for the Spanish Super Cup. So we will see Barcelona take on Osasuna. It has not been a good week, has it, for Barcelona? Xavi, of course, stepping down. So much noise around this departure and quite a lot of it negative. Here's what he had to say in the press conference ahead of this clash.
Te hacen sentir que no vales a diario. Le ha pasado a todos los entrenadores. Mira, hablando con Pep, ya me lo dijo. Luego hablando con Ernesto, también. A Luis Enrique lo he vivido, lo vi sufrir. Lo vi sufrir. Es que ya dije, tenemos que reflexionar. Creo que tenemos un problema en cuanto a la exigencia de este cargo. Creo que hay un problema porque primero no se disfruta, no es calidad de vida y luego parece que te juegas aquí la vida en cada momento. No pasa en ningún club.
The problem I have looking at this, Shaq, like the motivation for the rest of the season, is Xavi the man to bring it to this team that have been struggling, given what we're hearing? And what he might be saying is 100% true. Pep Guardiola backed him up and said there's no other job like it. The pressure's on you every day. Clearly he hasn't enjoyed it. But you've got to get it done over the next few months to at least get Barcelona in the Champions League. And how much has he got that motivation to do that?
I think he does, because of Xavi and because of what this club means to him as a player, as a manager, just as somebody involved in the game. So, had it been anybody else, I wouldn't be this sure about it.
But you just want someone fresh, someone to come in and lift that dressing room. Yeah, because he looks like a beaten man.
I totally agree. I totally. Xavi does look like he's had enough, but I think he's determined to see the job through. But then to that point, and again, this has got nothing to do with Xavi, nothing to do with any of the players. The financial position of the club dictates that replacing Xavi might not be that simple.
But why not just get rid of him now? Bring in Rafa Marquez, go for the gamble, and hope that he can just breathe some life into this team.
Because I don't think the club are convinced that Rafa Marquez is the right choice either. That while just because...
But not long term, between now and the end of the season.
Just because you bring in a new manager doesn't guarantee you that fortunes are going to change any. And if you don't, it's because you're more... To Don's percentages, it's more likely that they don't. Or you regress, which is the one thing they cannot... They're on the edge right now.
But they can't be as bad. Look, they lost those 5 goals against Villarreal. To lose in that manner was embarrassing.
Yep.
And the only reason that Xavi wasn't kicked out after that game is because he said he'll leave at the end of the season. What is it that gives you the faith that he's going to turn it around? And you can't just say, well, he's Xavi, because he hasn't been able to do it this season.
I'm not sure there's much faith in Xavi to keep things on track. My belief is, given that he's not been shown the door straight away, is that there's even less faith.
Right.
In a Rafa Marquez.
Well, that's nice, isn't it?
And that's a concern. And as I said a couple of nights ago, Rafa Marquez, I don't think did his credentials much good by saying, listen, I'm brand new this. I've just done the reserve thing for a couple of years. I'm still trying to figure out, learn my way around the stadium, so to speak. That doesn't breathe a whole lot of confidence into anybody in terms of what's at stake here. And that's the big thing, because what's at stake is not whether you finish first or second, which has its repercussions for Barcelona. What's at stake is finishing top 4. And given their financial position, which we've discussed for the last 3 or 4 years, not finishing top 4, the difference between 4th and 5th is far more damaging than the difference between 1st and 2nd.
Barca, of course, did beat Osasuna, didn't they, when these two teams met in the semi-final of the Spanish Cup. They'll be hoping to do the same tomorrow in a game that you can see live on ESPN+. Our coverage will start at 12:30 Eastern, followed by Atleti against Rayo Vallecano, and then on Thursday, Getafe take on Real Madrid, who have the chance to go top of La Liga table.